Tselane from Equal Experts, thank you so much for joining us to chat about women in tech today.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me to do that.
So tell us a little bit about your current role at Equal Experts.
So currently, I am a senior business analyst deployed to the John Lewis and Partners account. So my client is John Lewis and Partners, and I am in the promotions space, which is involving quite a few departments within John Lewis. So it's a cross-cutting initiative that we busy with, and the challenge is to actually improve promotions throughout the website, throughout the John Lewis website. However, as you quickly find out as a business analyst when you go in there, that there's a lot more than what meets the eye. And we are now being involved also touching kind of on the operations side of promotions as well. So it's not only what you see visually is drawing from data, doing a lot of A/B testing as well to see what works out there in the market, which is actually quite interesting. Because everything you touch on such a big website that is used by millions of people is quite tricky. So you need to actually find out if it's working or not, and you need to have that feedback from the market quite quickly. So my team is very much about how to improve the customer's experience visually, end to end, with their interaction with promotions at John Lewis.
So it's a great team to work on as well. So it's also a nice big team, which is challenging as a BA to work with so many.
It's very, very challenging. Yeah, it's quite challenging as a BA. Yeah, you will need to be involved with everything, end to end, as they say. Yeah.
And tell me, you've had a great career so far. Give us a little bit of background. What has your journey been? Where have you come from? Give us a little bit of an overview of that.
Well, I studied BCom Information Systems at Rhodes way back when in the 90s. And I think, then, whoa, it was a very niche kind of thing to do, because IT was still kind of fairly new. There were things like COBOL around at that time. And I remember 4GL programming languages was just coming into the space. And there was talk of like everybody feared year 2000. I'm revealing my age now, but anyway. So I come from that space of like structure and waterfall kind of design when it comes to designing software in IT. And then I worked for companies like Old Mutual. I've worked for exciting companies like Intech CSG. I've worked in fintech. I've worked in telco. I've worked in now I'm working in retail, and it's been a very broad career, also encompassing skills in software testing. I've been a developer, and I've taken all my experiences basically, and they come and merge together nicely into the business analysis space, because in the business analysis space, you need to basically assist and make sure that everybody in the team is quite clear as to what the objective is and what the deliverable is, and making sure that, for example, your testers know exactly how they're going to be testing the feature that you're trying to develop. The developers know exactly what they need to do in terms of the requirements that you give them, and therefore how you package everything, how you communicate things to them is also quite important. So I've used all my experiences, my career. I've worked also as a a software support consultant, being at a client side, implementing software with them. So basically those skills as to how you interact with the customer as well on site, they come in handy when you are now virtual and, sort of picturing what the environment is like and what the pitfalls could be and how to get out of tricky situations using communication skills, etc. So it's very broad skills that you use as a business analyst. You technical and you have to be also a people's person as well.
Very much so. So it's obviously Women's Month in South Africa, and this has been a topic we've been talking about it quite a lot. We've had our Equal Experts Women's Day conversations, our teas, etc., that we've been talking to quite a lot of people. Obviously, as a woman in tech, as a woman of color in tech, you've had quite an interesting journey. You've also been in tech for a fairly long time.
Mm-hmm.
What's your journey been like so far?
It's been a growth experience, overall, really, because, given our unfortunate history as well in South Africa, you're coming into a field that is male dominated, and not only male dominated, but white male dominated. So you've got like a double, triple whammy there, kind of like, for lack of a better word, kind of like being presented as a challenge that you're going to need to deal with and overcome. So for me, I found that having confidence and being able to be brave in articulating your point of view in a meeting full of white males and learning how to bring facts more than emotion into a discussion, learning how to be receptive of negative feedback, learning how to give feedback as well is something I've had to learn, and also to show up, consistently, be consistent with what you deliver, because that's how you earn trust. Then people can trust the quality of your work. And if they trust the quality of your work and the fact that, you can be trusted with saying, you're going to
I'll do it and then I do it.
Yes, exactly. And also be trusted when things do go wrong, that you will speak up. You will not hide something that's going wrong. Like a lot of things might go wrong on a project, especially as a business analyst. Your client needs to be able to trust that, if they're going in the right direction, you're going to be brave enough to tell them that, no, actually, this is probably not what you're needing to do. So in those spaces, you are a woman, you are interacting with males in strategic positions. So what you need is to be able to bring the facts to the table. So I find that when I bring facts more than too much emotion, then, I am heard better. Yeah. However, I'm realizing that, in the position that I'm in now, the company that I work for now, which is EE, I can bring all of myself to the table, actually. It's encouraged. It's not like in previous companies where I've worked, where it's sort of like, listen, we don't really want to hear about your problems, or we don't really want to know how you might be having a tough day today, or how you might be needing to go pick up someone from hospital or whatever. I used to feel like those things are things that I need to deal with outside of work. And here I feel like more of an integrated human being in at work. It's not just like my work, it's like fully me as well. Yes.
Interesting thing, because a lot of women feel like they can't do those things because then it's, she's taking time off, or she's doing this.
Exactly. Yes.
And that has an impact on us as females. It's not just there's a human being that needs to go and pick up a parent from hospital or something.
Yeah. So I felt a lot freer here to be able to say, this is what I gotta go do now. And, as long as, I don't let it affect the deliverables of the project, and having that flexibility as well with being remote, completely working from home, it allows me to plan my day with whatever that I might have going on, as long as, I know that, okay, I'm not putting the project at risk in any way. So I appreciate also the fact that, even though I still work in a male-dominated field. However, now it's different because, I feel the people that I work with are quite evolved, and, matured, and even the males that I work with, do take time off to say, hey, I'm picking up my kid, or I am, I'm my mom needs help with whatever, and it's not looked at as if it's something strange. It's actually part of life, it's we are people. So having
Amazing.
so that's all integrated in, and that's been quite refreshing, with working at EE, that you bring your whole self, and that actually makes you feel like you want to give more to your job as well, because you know that, okay, you're being accepted for completely who you are.
So tell me, Tselane, if you could go back and give that excited, exuberant, probably partied out road student a little bit of advice, what one thing would you tell 20-year-old you?
That it's okay to be bold and be brave, and speak up a lot more, and don't hold back, because often you have the right answer, often, most times you've got the right answer, and what you're thinking is exactly what should be happening, in the project. So don't hold anything back. Don't be intimidated by anybody, because those people also are probably looking for guidance from you. They're interested in what you have to bring to the table. That's why you're here. You've earned your seat at the table. So use it, use it as much as you can. That's what I would tell her.
I love that. Thank you so much. Thank you for spending time with us today, and good luck going forward.
Thank you, Philippa. It was a nice chat.